shaping up to be an awesome elimination run and round. The thing about the eliminations is you only get one chance to do it right and good, because if you're not one of the fastest boats, you're gone. So in the eliminations, you start off with an 8 cut with 8 boats. Half of those boats will go away, leaving a 4 cut. From the 4 cut, the 2 fastest boats will vie for the championship on the day. Clean run. Boat 22 will do cleanup in the 400s. Randy Booth and Phil Miller. Phil owns the boat, normally drives it. Randy, his navigator, now in the driver's seat. Phil's son is Jesse Miller, who has been dominating the 400 class today. .59.22 has been their best. I don't know that they're going to get a whole lot more out of this boat. Very much underpowered. And I'm noticing a lot of water in the back end of that boat sloshing around. I mean, a lot of it. I'm wondering if they took the drain plug out of that thing, because he had a ton of water in the back. That's a clean run. 62.304. As we get ready for the super boats. Adam, who do you have down in the pit?
Thanks, Bill. We've got Brian and Aubrey Swindle on their way over. Trimming a little bit of time off each round so far. What are you going to keep doing to make it better here in the 4th qualifying round?
Well, we're just trying to learn the track and make sure that we can complete laps. That's kind of our first goal, and then we're going to pick it up here in the next 2.
Sounds good. Anything? What's your job going to be going into the 4th one, Aubrey? What are you going to do to make sure you get the best time today?
Just try and be correct the whole time, because that's all I can really do for him, and make sure that he knows for sure that he's going the right way. Because I'm just pretty much his back, and make sure that he's doing good.
All right, guys. Well, good luck going into the 4th round.
15 coming out, I can't see. So we're into the super boat. Keep your eyes wide open. Speed personified. thought for a second I would be able to say he'd bring it in under 40, but not quite. Still a great run with a backfire and a 44.004. Clean run. So about 0.8 of a second slower than his best, which was in the second qualifier. He had a 43.29. Screaming Eagle boat 711 will soon frighten you. Methanol burning supercharged boat 711. Some 1,100 horsepower. By the way, visit the Crown Beer Garden run by Kara McGuire. Kara, the longtime navigator for Dan Morrison, who runs in the Superboats, who unfortunately was not able to get his boat together in time for the race. So Kara, the navigator, is back there pulling taps at the beer garden. Go up and say hi to Kara. Grab a beer. Don't forget, if you are going to be enjoying the beer garden, make sure that you have a designated driver getting you home today. All right, time to plug your ears. Here comes 711. His fastest. Unofficially, 50.762. For the Grand Old Man, a sprint boat racing. .762 is official. Thank you to Melody and the gang down there at the Timers booth. And that'll bring us to the fourth and final qualifying run for these guys who have yet to qualify. Bucky Johnson and Kaysen Politica in boat 18. 2 DNFs and a DNS, and they're hoping for the best here. Thanks for joining us at the Extreme Sports Park. Don't forget, in 1 month, we're back with more American sprint boat racing. Go to the website, American Sprint Boat Racing. You can learn more about the drivers, learn more about the sport, the history of the sport. Ow! As long as he can keep it in the water and nobody touches the boat, he's still got a chance to get a clean run. And I'm beginning to think that maybe this isn't going to happen. He does! I love it! The navigator waves to everybody. And that's pretty much going to be the day for him. Well, give him a round of applause for tenaciousness. He stuck to it. Hey, he may not be the fastest, but you can't knock him for not putting on a great show. So, he gets tagged, he gets the DNF, and that's the end of the day for him. I don't think really that anybody had a whole lot of hope that he was going to make it into the 8 cut, but it still would have been great to see him get a time in the qualifiers in his very first race ever. So, looking down the list, we have two other racers in the class that have yet to get a qualifying time. That would be boat 12, West Bernard. Dennis Hughes, Mattia Haskey, boat 69, the fastest boat in the class today. Fastest boat in the Supermods and in the A400 class. 46.420 was their best in their last run. They have shaved time off every run out. You'll notice that there's a troll that's on the roll bar. His name is Rock Chucker. Jack Bright, a long-time racer, used to have Rock Chucker on his roll bar. Jack ended up with cancer a couple of years ago and stopped racing, but it's nice to see the troll back as Dennis gives it a ride. Run, Dennis, run. I've seen Dennis run every race of his career, and it's amazing over the course of the last couple of years the way that he has come on. His technique, his boat, everything. And now you have him running what looks like is his fastest run of the day. Go! Yeah! Clean run. If that time stands, yep. 45.948. His fastest. How much better can it get for him? By the way, he is a backyard mechanic. He built that engine, that boat from scratch. He's a machinist. A lot of the engine parts he's built himself. He literally is a garage mechanic as far as that boat goes. Built in his garage, all put together by him. So, boat 623. Fear not. So much since his first run. Look at the rookie go! Yeah! Clean run. 51.961. Shaves almost 2 seconds off of his best run. Way to go, Clint. He went from a 66 in his first run down to a 51 in his last qualifying run. What a great story watching that rookie drive. That brings us to Dylan and Terry Cummings in boat 99. The Sun Mom team from Squim. Sponsored by Hedman Headers, Ed's Automotive and Machine, Bob House Powder Coating. And Dylan will flat-foot it. Notice he's not picking his foot up off the floor at all. Go around that last corner there. Perfect timing on Dylan's part. as he tries to bring it in under 50. Will he? Not quite. .656. So the Hassles getting ready to come out. We'll try to throw it down into the pit before we get Ron DeMoe on the field. We'll bring out Jamie and Leslie Hassel first here in the final qualifier in the Supermod class. Questions to Scott Saxon, who really started the Fat Buddies, was why the name Fat Buddies, and he said, well, we're friends and we're all overweight. So, kind of literal. He gets it done. He's good. Clean run. And by far his best, 53.4. Let's go to the pits with Adam.
Thanks, Bill. I'm down here with Lee Rice of the Screamin' Eagle Superboat. Lee, a little different course for you with your boat. Your boat's all about power, those big straightaways. Don't quite have that here, but you trimmed a little time off every time. What do you need to keep doing in the fourth qualifying round to get the best time?
Well, what I need to do is just get my line set up a little better, look ahead a little more. Now that I've got the course down, I should be able to drop some seconds off on this next one. And the main thing is so I can look ahead and start and get the setup for each corner.
Certainly. All right, well, thanks, Lee, and good luck on the fourth qualifying round.
156 is out next. Ron DeMoe and Stephen Church. 52.76 in his last. Willamette Valley Refrigeration, his main sponsor, along with Cobalt Computer and Interstate Battery. Ron likes this course. Last year in the final race on the season, for the first time in his career, Ron took a first place. As well, and he gets it well. It was good. 51.081. Oh, pardon me, 0.07. Correcting. 51.087. Boat 12 is Wes Bernard and Jim Hess. Okay, let's see how fast you are. If you'd like a Fear Not tank top, first person to the booth with a hoodie is going to win one. If you got a hoodie, you got to get to the booth, the announcer booth, as fast as you can, and you're going to win one. And it looks like we have a lady that is fast. Here we go, Wes Bernard. Congratulations. Enjoy your hoodie. Wes Bernard, Jim Hess, boat 12. Last chance to qualify for Wes. Doing good so far. Getting to about the halfway point. Go straight and get a time. Congratulations. He does it. $55,698 for Wes. All right, boat 146 coming off the trailer. Time for your Jolly Roger Blue Light Special. They're down, of course, over here in the pits. You'll see the Jolly Roger flags, and while that boat is off the trailer, everything is 20% off at his booth. He had a 49.002. Other than Dennis Hughes, the only one to bring the boat in under 50 seconds in the class. Let's see how he steps up in this final qualifying run. Fighter pilot, the way that he sets up his turns. Little cavitation there. Oh, almost banked it. He's still going to get a great run. Still does it good. Clean run. 49.494. As they started to say, except for that last corner, or one of the last corners here, third to last, is that he is a master when it comes to setting up his corners in advance, keeping it not only in the water, but going through those corners as smoothly as he does so that he doesn't lose time, where a tenth of a second can be the difference between first and second. Boat 049. They had a 51.94. They've improved every run so far immensely. Rob and Amy Cox from Idaho. Coeur d'Alene, to be exact. Kisses to the bank. Little pinball action, island to island, as he makes it now finally into the final corner and brings it home. The thumbs up on the run, and it's clean. So not his best run, not his worst. 53.413. Let's throw it over to Adam in the pits. Adam. Well, I thought Adam had somebody. All right, we'll keep it here. So this is our final qualifying run. The Q4 will take a short lunch break after the Superboats run, and back to more racing. And man, I'm telling you, we have got some matchups cooking here today. Larry Hines, Jay Correa, boat 71, their last chance to qualify. Can they do it? Can they bring enough concentration to get a time? So good. A couple of corners away from getting a good one. he goes straight. He gets the time. He does. 595. 53,595. Boat 08, Scott and Kerry Jensen now. They had a 57 and a little change in their last run. Well, it was great to see Larry from Salem get it done. We'll see if that was good enough to get him into the 8 cut. Wide on that corner. Gets the gold star on the run. So 56.391. Adam, what do you have down in the pits?
Right now I'm down here with Eric Werner with Jolly Roger Racing. Eric spent most of the day so far between the 49 and 50-second mark. A good start to the day. How do you feel going into the 8 cut?
Well, need to clean this thing up. Obviously, we're spending a lot of time in the grass. A couple seconds there, so last 2 runs of 40.
Thanks, Eric. All right, boat 54, the Reicherts. Bill Reichert, actually, and Mike Woods, Bill's brother, who used to navigate for him, doesn't anymore, at least hasn't this year. And realized it right away. A corner too early. Obviously, a lot of the audience here, all of you out here, have seen this before. A lot of you already have the rotation memorized, and you can hear the coming from the crowd up here in the announcer booth. Savvy race fans here in Port Angeles. Our last of the class in the quarterfinals, or the qualifiers, in the Q4, Wayne Brown, Kevin Seabolt. I want to thank Adam Posgay for joining us on the sidelines today to see been spot on with our interviews from the pits. All right, I don't think that he beats Bill Bentley in terms of DNF, the fastest DNF on the day. I don't think so. But he's in the running. So that's it for Wayne, at least in the qualifiers. So our fastest boat in the class all day long has been Dennis Hughes and Mattia Haskey. Second has been, of course, Eric Werner and Nicole Brown, the only other boat to bring it in under 50. Then you have Dylan Cummings and Terry Cummings as your third fastest boat in the class on the day. So some great runs going on here, and a great little rivalry shaping up in the Supermods. Here we go! The boat is 50. It's Midlife Crisis. The meaning behind the name of the boat? Pretty obvious, because it was. The reason the boat is number 50 is because Bill was 50 when he got it. So, symbolism in this boat. Catches the island, hangs on to it. I gotta say, I'm impressed that he didn't oversteer. Nice work, Bill! Yeah! .371, his best run of the day, and that's with a good clip on the island. One of the things that's really hard to do is to not oversteer these boats, particularly after you slam into an island. It's very typical to see somebody hit an island and then it's a pinball effect and they're out of the water. So far, only one boat out of the water today, and that would be this next boat out. Actually, two boats. The first one out was boat 151, Kyle Patrick and Rick Harris, and they're up now in this, the fourth and final qualifying run for them on the day. His best run was in his first with a 52.492. Not driving with his characteristic confidence. I think part of it is the way the boat is set up with all the bounds. So a clean run. We're waiting for the time from Melody, our timekeeper, as we deal with some radio issues. 53.158. So if you left your sunglasses up at the Wicked merchandising booth, these, I'm assuming, are ladies' sunglasses, either that or Elton John is in attendance. You can come pick them up here at the announcer booth if you can give a proper description. Doug Hendricks and Nicole Muller in boat number 1, the Wicked team. He had a 53 in his last run. Definitely stepping up and being more aggressive in this run after a couple of DNFs. For Team Wicked. Clipped a little bit of the island, hangs onto it, and he'll bring it home. Oh, great run. Shaves off a couple of seconds from his first run. Well, 51.121 for Doug and Nicole and Team Wicked. 09, here it is. Fat Buddy Fast. Fat Buddy Jr., Jesse Miller, and Logan Evans. They've set the pace on the day in the class. Wide on that one. kind of got lost on the course. That's going to leave some time off. And here in the qualifiers, they still on the day have the fastest qualifying time. So a little loss of concentration. And he bleeds off a few tenths of a second. Can he bring it in under 50? No, not quite. Clean run. Looking for a time here. We'll get it. 51, it looks like, in some change. By the way, we've got some free swag here. Bill Sparling, part of the Sinister Racing team, which unfortunately are not here today. If you look up at the booth, I'm going to... There you go. Free t-shirt, buddy. You're welcome. We'll have some more t-shirts we'll be giving away. We'll make you work a little bit more. Boat 13! Scott Saxton, Frank Ferrari. Thanks to Bill Sparling for coming up to the booth and bringing some of his t-shirts. Would have loved to have seen him racing today in the Superboats. We'll explain why he wasn't, coming up a little bit later. Scott Saxton will come out in this qualifying run. It's hard to tell. He looks like he's pushing a little too hard. What happens to Scott on occasion is, as I mentioned earlier, the issue of oversteering. And when you've only got a couple of feet on both sides of the boat to work with, oversteering can kill you. Still, he gets a good run. Will he bring it in under 50? Hell yes! He gets it done. 49 and about 5.9 it looks like. Will 49.597. Paul and Taylor Garr from Sequim. Give it up for the hometown guy. He had a 49.3 in his previous run. Keeping things interesting. United Concrete, Ambassadors Auto Parts, Lund Fencing, Amsoil, Hedman Headers, all sponsors for Paul. Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collected. Under 50, he does. Call it good. .472. Lost a tenth of a second from his previous run, but still that's going to be good enough, I guarantee you, to get him into the 8 cut. Boat 76 is the Swindoll. Or are the Swindoll. Brian Aubrey, 76 is the boat. 57.18 was their best run, which came in the last qualifier. Shaving off well over 3.5 seconds from their second qualifying run. So he gets the DNF. Well, if you need printing done. It is pen print for all your printing needs. George and Heather have always supported Wicked Racing and ESP. Also, on your way out of town today, maybe you want to stop by Seven Cedars Casino and check out the slots or more. We want to thank them for their support through the years. Also, RE/MAX. Anya Pendergrass of RE/MAX, proud to be a sponsor of ESP for all of your real estate needs. Go see Anya of RE/MAX. And Crown Distributing, your beer sponsor for events held at ESP. Head your way, or make your way over to the beer garden and say hello to Kara McGuire. So Jordy Cook in boat 88. Got it done. .865 for Jordy and Deb in boat 88. Boat 47 is Darren and Autumn Swindoll, and they had a 58 in their last run. Boat 47. The Swindoll clan skims an island and to keep it in the water. About 53 or 54. Let's go down to the pits where Adam is standing by.
Thanks, Bill. I'm down here with Doug Henderson, who's just finishing up a couple of autographs real quick. Doug, after a couple of DNFs to start the day, you've trimmed up the times a little bit. Last time was 51.121 seconds. What was going on early with the DNFs, and how are you feeling going into the 8-cut?
Oh, it was just my problem. I got my head in the way in the first couple, but we're back. We'll pick some more up. We got plenty more time left in the boat, and this next round we'll trim it down some more.
Thanks, Doug. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Adam. As we get boat 15, M in the water, fastest boat in the water, fastest boat on the day. The color red is appropriate as they're absolutely on fire. Sponsored by Cascade Sign and Apparel, which is the new business that Jeremy just bought a couple of weeks ago. So, put together a deal, and he is a happy man working for himself. Here we go. This is another one of those guys that does a lot of his own work, man, and is so smooth. And his time on the pedal is just, his timing is so spot on today. Absolutely amazing. Oh. .73.747 for Jeremy Brewer. Give it up. That's just an incredible run. He has been, his timing and when he's on and off the throttle has been just picture perfect all day long. And at the speeds that he's going, it's just amazing. We're 7 Gs in a corner at times. Impressive. Boat 711, Lee Rice, Marvin Wright. The old man in the sea, so to speak. He is 68 years old. All right, so we have a couple of vehicles that need to move or be towed. Copper color Chevy Aveo, AHN 7881. You need to move your vehicle. A red Honda Civic, AEI 5350. And a silver Toyota Camry wagon, AAC 5334. If you don't move those vehicles, they will be towed. Again, a copper color Chevy Aveo, AHN 7881, a red Honda Civic, AEI 5350, and a silver Toyota Camry wagon, AAC 5334. Please move those vehicles. A special thank you to all of the volunteers that are helping make Extreme Sports Park such a huge and essential entertainment venue here in the Port Angeles area. Give it up for the volunteers. There are hundreds of them helping to make this event possible. Speaking of making the event possible, First Federal for all of your banking needs. Now that my 51.123, that is the end of the qualifiers. Give our racers a round of applause. The money rounds will be coming up after a short lunch break, and I'm telling you, we have some